I was born in Calcutta, and in school, when we were very small, like we studied history, geography, and maths, we were taken to Mother Teresa's ashram. So it was just part of life and part of growing up, and I just loved it. I realized I loved it most out of everything else, and I used to share it with my mother, and she started taking us, collecting friends, cousins, and we were still visiting Mother Teresa's ashram. For me, it was never serving, never giving gifts. It was just a picnic. I loved it. I loved every minute of it, and before I realized, it had become part of my life and part of something I always wanted to do. So this is where my seeds were sown at a very young age, and I didn't even realize it. I mean, I didn't realize that I was getting into something which was I would become so passionate about. As we grew up, now I'm just jumping ahead, and I was now married about 25 years back from here, and I was living in Pune in a very orthodox, traditional Marwari family, where you're a woman, so you have to listen to what the man says. It's up to you. You can do it happily, smilingly, or grudgingly. Initially, of course, I did it grudgingly. Now I smile over it. But that is it, and you have to take your yes and no's from the elders of the family and from the men of the family. I wanted to work. I was by education an architect. My father-in-law said, yes, go ahead, but you can't do a job. I've moved into a city where I don't know a soul. I can open my architectural office and sit down. I'm not going to have any job. I told him I can't. I need to do a job. He says, no, my daughter-in-law doesn't do a job. And I said, I can't. He said, that's your problem. But you can't do a job. You can work. Open your own office and work. So then I said, okay, now what is the other skill set I have? I can paint. So let me start painting. So I decided to paint saris sitting from my house. Again, my rules came. He said, there are two rules. One is whatever you earn, like I haven't even started, I haven't painted my first sari, and he tells me, whatever you earn, you cannot use 1 rupee for yourself or your family or for the house. Two, this whatever, within a month, it cannot stay more with you. I was, at that point of time, I just wanted to work. Everything I agreed to, and anyway, it synchronized with my thought process. So I bought 24 saris, which they funded me for, and I started painting. The first sari took me 4 days, and I hated it myself. But anyway, I got along, I painted 24, packed it into a suitcase, and went to Bombay by train, trying to sell it. And I went into a sari shop where my mother used to buy saris from. Like, of course, no appointments, no prior meeting. I just walk in with a suitcase, very eager to sell my hand-painted saris. So this person behind the counter, as luck would have it, was the owner and the decision maker. And I asked him, I've painted some saris, would you like to buy some and have a look? He said, sure, why don't you show it to me? And I opened out my suitcase, and at the counter, I was showing him my saris. The same place, there were other women who had come for shopping, and they were shopping. And I was just looking. He just sold 5 of my saris. I haven't even quoted my price, nothing. He just sold it. I said, wow, now this is business. After that, from that day onwards, every single day I had work. I never give a price to my work. And he was just paying me whatever he felt like. He was sending a man to my house from Bombay to collect the saris, and he would just send the payment back. And every month there were people who were walking into my house. It was a new city for me. I didn't know people someone wanted a honey farm, something in a honey farm, someone wanted a sewing machine, there was a hospital where people wanted. It was so easy. I mean, I was painting and giving everything away, nothing, no accounts, something I enjoy doing, and every day was a new piece of sari, so every day a new creation. I mean, I couldn't have been luckier. It was like without planning to do giftism, without planning to do any generosity, there was no intention. God just sent every passage of the way for me. I was just so fortunate. And this went on for 2 years. I must have painted thousands of saris. I have no record, no accounts, nothing. I just painted, sold, and the money went away. So it was a lot of fun. And ultimately I had a lot of offers from Rotaries and Rotracks, please become a member, please become a member. And then I realized why they wanted, because I was earning money and giving it away. So that's why they wanted me to join their clubs. But I don't know, do I have more time? Okay, from Pune we moved back to Ahmedabad. And I'm just trying to share how when you have a seed of generosity in you, God sends the way. You don't have to work towards it. When I moved into Ahmedabad and I wanted to do something. So Ahmedabad, I couldn't paint saris because simple practical reason is the climate is not conducive to I was working with dyes. It's too hot, so you have to work without the fan and the AC. So you can't work in that extreme heat, you can't be creative. So I had to stop that. So I said I need to acquire another skill set. So I read an ad in the paper, and normally I am very aggressive. Like if I decide to do something, it has to be done not today, it has to be done now. So I read the ad in the paper about glass painting, and I joined the class that single day, and I started learning. And within 3-4 weeks, I had already finished 3-4 months of the course. So then that lady asked me, is there any other skill set you have? I said, yeah, I do Tanjore paintings. She says, why don't you hold classes for me? I said, wow, I would love to do it. And she says, I'll pay you this is the structure, etc. So as a Marwari Bahu, I had to go home and ask permission, can I do it? And I still remember my father-in-law, he was shocked. He said, you want to do Vidyadan? I mean, how can you? God has given you everything under the sun, and you want to sell your knowledge for money? What has gone wrong with you? I couldn't understand his point of view. I said, I'm teaching to people who can afford to pay. Okay, I won't use the money for myself. He says, there are other ways of earning. Please don't sell your knowledge and get money for it unless you need to do it. And that was such a path he showed me, because immediately, a week later, I read about Manav Sadhana in the newspaper, where I joined to teach children how to earn. So, I mean, I had a passion for design, art, and not to use it to create products for people who live in abundance, but to create opportunities for people for whom it means a lot. And I got a chance to do that. I'm really grateful for everyone in the team who accepted me as a family member and who has always accepted my passion and given me the space and opportunity to do it. And this is not like something I like doing, or it's not a work, it's my life, and I love it. Thank you.